Manipur legislature's meeting chaired by Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren condemns killing of innocent individuals and blocking of national highways by certain groups of individuals. Suspected Kuki militants continue firing attacks on farmers at Laingobi of Kumbi constituency, hampering agricultural activities. Farmers appeal to dismantle illegal bunkers set up by armed miscreants at Khoijumantabi hilltop. Former chairman of proscribed outfit Ningthemcha Sanayayma says Meitei community need to strengthen itself and at the same time work for all the indigenous communities of Manipur. RPI Athawale National Secretary Maheshwar Thaunawjam says NCSC has directed Manipur Chief Secretary and DGP to submit report on atrocities by Kuki militants in Manipur's scheduled caste area. And AISF Manipur State Council urges school van service providers not to charge transportation fees for violent hit 2 months during which schools remain closed. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm KANEL SHAMBANDURAM, bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Now, the news in details. The meeting of the legislatures of the Manipur government held under the chairmanship of Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren took serious notes on heinous killings of innocent individuals that have been reported in recent times. The state government condemns the killing of innocent individuals regardless of their religion, community and gender, stating that swift and efficient actions taken by the state security forces has resulted in apprehending the accused involved in these crimes, displaying a commitment to ensuring justice for the victims and their families. The state government affirmed its unwavering stance against any forms of violence and discrimination. The state government also expressed deep concern over the blocking of national highway by certain groups of individuals, as such actions undermined public safety and hinder the smooth flow of essential services and goods. The state government says it is committed to take stern action against those involved in blocking highways which choke the lifeline of the state. Suspected Kuki militants reportedly continue firing attacks on farmers at Laingobi of Kumbi constituency in Vishnupur district, hampering agricultural activities. A farmer said agricultural activities could not be carried out in more than 500 hectares of cultivable lands in the area due to threats posed by suspected Kuki militants. The farmer said armed Kuki who are camping at Khoijumantabi hilltops are constantly firing towards them, and so they are unable to carry out paddy cultivation. They appealed to the government to demolish the bunkers of Kuki militants and to facilitate agricultural activities in the area.
Ngarang je koi pung jam ngana lo khujabani ai khatang thenda pung mapan makhai tara ta ba swai sadi nongoi je ang ko phang kapthak patare ne khoju ki na taramade si lo salasi na forsan dai bar ju khoibu ya da akoina kan hajabadagi moju khoibi re nindin pung ani ta phatingai ama khara helakpa ani swagi sida aise ngasai ising ju khoi lamdam sidi ikang thokpa haitare ising je singaga da khoibani na ising je aina asing ising do thinguge na sapai matam sida nongoi je kapakpa sida isu lawri je thong je thinginga sida aigi nak sida maru je tup tup ani yam nakna fitara kungi jaga swai maru je ani tarak ko haitare masida aisu ki da chakachare ari mayam dagi ding hala ka di angak ko phangna khoi gi chingdon sidagi kapakpa si yam na angak ko phangna na kamnare adagi parja manju khara kitang chena chung sore koi Manipur government side tagi koi lomi gi sinau singda aki tu jung yaudna ꯂꯧ ꯎꯍꯟꯕ ꯄꯥꯝꯖꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯂꯣꯟꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯑꯀꯤꯕ ꯂꯩꯖ ꯂꯩꯍꯟꯗꯅ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠꯅ ꯉꯥꯛꯄꯤ ꯁꯦꯟꯕꯤꯗꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯇꯪ ꯇꯪꯗꯨ ꯂꯩꯇꯥꯕ ꯈꯨꯟꯅꯥꯏ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯍꯟꯕꯤꯌꯨ
ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥ ꯂꯧꯁꯤꯡ ꯎꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯕ ꯍꯥꯔꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯗꯩꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯍꯥꯔꯁꯨ ꯃꯇꯤꯛ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯐꯪꯗꯕ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯏꯁꯤꯡꯁꯨ ꯃꯇꯤꯛ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯆꯤꯡꯒꯗ ꯈꯣꯠꯀꯗ ꯂꯥꯟꯅ ꯀꯣꯏꯆꯦꯟ ꯆꯦꯟꯅꯗꯅ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯋꯥꯐꯝꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯕ ꯏꯁꯤꯡꯁꯨ ꯈꯔ ꯋꯥꯕ ꯂꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯗ ꯍꯥꯔꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯌꯨꯔꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯋꯥꯔꯦ ꯔꯁꯥꯌꯟꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯩ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩꯖꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯏꯝꯄꯦꯛꯀꯤꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯝꯗꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯔ ꯃꯇꯤꯛ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯐꯪꯍꯟꯕꯤꯕ ꯂꯧ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯐꯪꯍꯟꯕꯤ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯋꯥꯔꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯝꯐꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯧ ꯈꯔ ꯎꯖꯔꯤꯕꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯃꯇꯪꯗꯒꯤ ꯅꯤꯖꯔꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ
Former chairman of a proscribed outfit Ningthemcha Sanayama says the Meitei community needs to strengthen itself and at the same time to work for all the indigenous communities of Manipur. He also urged everyone to cultivate the habit of using only the bare minimum in the wake of blocking the lifeline national highways of the state. He called upon all local clubs, Maira Paibi groups and civil society organizations to look into this matter. Sanayama was speaking on the sideline of receiving his portrait from Myanglangbam Thoithoiba, an artist from Kakching Kuno at Sagolban Bijoy Govinda today. The artist has been drawing portraits of eminent personalities under the banner Athoba Singhi Khongul Liba. Today, Thoithoiba presented Ningthemcha Sanayama and Apunba Khoirol Malemgi Lupt President Waikhomd Amuchau their portraits which he had drawn, stressing that the Meitei communities played a pivotal role in building a united Manipur. Sanayama said the Meitei community should not think only for itself. He said cries to protect Manipur's integrity only in the valley area will bring no satisfactory result. So the Meitei community should extend hands to their counterparts who are living in the hills. He said the ounce to unite Manipur and protect its integrity is on the Meitei community. Sanayama also expressed apprehension that Manipur may face scarcity of food in the near future as agricultural activities are being hampered due to the prevailing violence and scanty rainfalls.
Cookies in group now, Manipur long paga. Moi tongan bele pa ang sengwe India manung do wasu like ang malenge highway se supya yaro de wafam de highway se de moi masana so zum khangja bum thok wafam de aduna mite frup kisu apun bangal sagatana ngarol volunteers mayam musum thoktana ngase lang gi setang logo hore ba conflict se sista sarubyari tawe kayam sumangre kayam sopan nangre sista assume a few mase atu mutamda lo singini haibagi adumba Mamidi, Wofangde. Some Chapsilak, economically, Saint Mitki, Lam, some Chapsilak with him says that Tangai Fatana, a queen, season at Davayadava, Polam Sing, essential items or commodities. Aduka, Natana, Ate, Ahenba, Asat the Oiresu, Ahenba, fashion items, the Oiresu, Ahenba, Polam, Kudima, Hauji, Mapanda, Pashak, Putoki. Putoki get out of Polum Kudimo, a good season of Doxy have said, Masi, Yam Munna kind of view I was maybe have the Tamzing. May they fruit, Kaktanasu, my park and have a walking in a silly from 3 angle. Adobo, Manipur has today a yellow fruit, Mayam to him in a lap. Him in Nagadaba fruit singing. Him in Nagadaba, yellow fruit singing, Marakta, Amada Purum, Shada Mam and avoid it. Mayam sang the Mating Panavai said, Mahosha, Mario Gidabla. Mateng pang thoya da ina thajabadi soidramaki yellow fruit singsu tumin lepaga yengna di leiro ena khale ado makhoi mateng pangalakwa haib ekhoi gi meti fruit ki ojawati ba nataba hingminnabagi mapan tangna na hingminnabagi chokhat minabagi wakhalom da ngasi mayok na refima se lanthokdana ano tangka ma hominabagi wakhal firap to meti singna phajana khandadana madugi wakhalon singa do sandokdana mayam se tasin khomjin bagi kongthang lowri mutok tai
Ningthemcha Sanayama also calls upon all the civil society organizations and Mairapaibi groups in the state to condemn the killing of Lucy Maram, a Murring woman. He appeals to stop such violence and mob culture which could lead to enmity among indigenous communities of the state. Sanayama urges people to approach local clubs or nearby police station for identification of any suspicious persons.
Yamna Nuaita Film Kara, hek thore marmakta nan lan mi adugi identity si karino hesi munna khangdabadagi Lucy Maring ko nupi ama yam laibak thi mong da leikidabagi heart ki bagi phim akoi mayok ne Maring furu naga furu ki tribe am aduna simatang sesta naga sel now sing su longai tabaglo na na 12 harban kawre shut down hile naga area singda mode phongro phom thokone haiba thokdo ase yaning de chumde haiduna koi amaite gi lok ya na fru kya phong kya dagi masi phongdo na masi ju phongro phom thokne khale mati fru ki richa singda ina hawjel pining base masak maming chapchana khangdana oiramgani ana singna mongda cookies in oiramgani ana singna mongda kodekta thawasa masi kodek tokpiu chumba yamna nongai ta thokdo ase masi makha thana thon ganusi masi gumba thokdo asina aikoi fur masel marakta yellow fruit sing marakta amuk lana longna ba modudagi mu khonna ba thorba pium se masi thokni ganusi.
Press note from Kangli Park, Kanbalupt, Manipur condemns the killing of Lucy Marem, a woman belonging to Maring community. KKL appealed to all Meiteis to have clear understanding about indigenous communities of Manipur, which have 7 salais. Those indigenous communities are Kom, Koireng, Koirao, Chiru, Chothe, Tarao, Purumd, Moyond, Mongshang, Anald, Funald, Maring, Hiroi, Lamkang, Mao, Maramd, Pumai, Thangald, Kabui, Tangkhuld, Meitei, Kemte, Karam, Langte, and Khoibu. Condemning the brutal killing of Lucy Maring and demanding for justice, Kwai Nagamapal Paunam Leikai Mairapai Bilupt NYDO and Nagamapal Paunam Leikai Singlupt jointly carried out sit-in today in front of Nagamapal Lai Singchaibi Imphal. Taretkult Development Committee, New Gold Club Taretkult Nupilupt, Eastern Students Club Nongmaibung, Nongmaibung Women's Development, Mairapaibi, Coordination Committee of Clubs and Organizations and Manipur Association Canada also condemned the killing of Lucy Marem. Mairapaibi women in Langathil stressed sit-in at Langathil Bazaar in Thobat district today condemning the brutal killing of Lucy Marem. One of the women, Moirang Themt Bobby, demanded Manipur government to give a befitting punishment to everyone involved in the murder. She also appealed to the government to end the ongoing conflicts at the earliest. Women of Chingarel Tejpur and Sagolbang Litand Makhong also stressed protests made at Chingarel Tejpur in Imphal is condemning the brutal murder of Lucy Marem. They sought strengthened punishment for all the perpetrators and also mourned her demise. YIC Club and Imai Yaifabi Nupi Kaisam Thong Maning Longjam Laikai also jointly staged a protest meet today condemning the cold-blooded murder of Lucy Marem. Protesters displayed various placards demanding justice for Lucy and her family. All Uchiwa Mairapaibi also took out protests at Uchiwa Leirak Achoba condemning the killing of Lucy Maring. Decrying the killing of Saikhom Sanjeet alias Subold, locals of Uripok Nauremthong area wore black badges and took out protest demonstration today. It may be mentioned that Sanjeet died after he was hit by bullet which was fired by suspected Kuki militants on July 10 at Kadangband. Miyamgi Yaifa Thaurang Lupt organized a sit-in at Uripok Takhelambam Laikai. Participants chanted slogans condemning the killing of Lucy Marem and Subold and demanded to protect the integrity of Manipur. Press note from the Rural Youth Development Organization RYDO Segmaijind Kuno informed that the last rites of the two youths from Segmaijind who were killed by suspected Kuki militants on 19th of July at 9 a.m. with dummy bodies as their bodies could not be retrieved till date. The burial ceremony will be held at the ground of Rural Youth Development Organization RYDO Segmaijind Kuno. The National Commission for Scheduled Castes directs Manipur Chief Secretary and DGP to submit a report on atrocities by Kuki militants in the scheduled caste inhabited area of Manipur and measures taken by the Manipur government. The direction came after RPI Athwale National Secretary Maheshwar Thanawjum apprised the prevailing situation to Vijay Sampla, former chairman of the commission, who tendered his resignation today. Maheshwar informed about the firing attacks and burning down of houses carried out by armed Kukis in the areas inhabited by people belonging to scheduled castes like Segmai, Fayeng, Koktruk, Kadangband and Senjamt Chirang. After considering the matter, Commissioned Chairman Vijay Sampla issued a notice seeking the report within 15 days and also warned that the Commission would take action against the Manipur government under Article 338 if it fails to submit the report within the deadline.
Akoi National Commission of Scheduled Caste ki ngasi akoi Chairman Vijay Sampla ji ngasi unajare unaraga akoi mahamaka hakthekna unaraga akoi gi problem lairiba magi bibhag magi department makada laiba akoi SC gi Manipur da lairiba maitai SC singsi tariba population yamjadraga su tariba jaga sidani irang ayamba tawriba mayam se aduga minority tariba maitai na minority or area sida akoi gi Kuki community Kuki terrorist mayam sina akoi irang horapani haibase tamjarame aduna yamna nungaijabadi Vijay Sampla ji na khudaka akoi gi complaint do uraba matungda mahakna notice issue ma tawbire notice issue ma tawrakanda within 15 days akoigi sarkar na National Scheduled Caste Commission da answer pibirakadabani haibagi with the proper protocol manner da proper channel da National Scheduled Caste Commission gi chairman Mr. Vijay Sampla jing na notice issue ma thokpire.
All India Students Federation AISF Manipur State Council urges school van service providers not to charge transportation fees from students for the violent hit 2 months during which schools remain closed. Speaking to media at Irabat Bhavan today, Publicity Secretary of AISF Leshemba Ningombam said some private schools have charged tuition fees from students for the violence-hit months during which no classes were held. He urged schools to focus on nurturing human resources and not to be business-minded. Leshemba Ningombam also drew the attention of governments to consider lifting ban on internet services while keeping the restriction on social media in the interest of students.
Mahi tamkidaba thagi fee lawshilamba taraba makhatana mahi tamlakadaba thagi fee ga kakshin naraga school fee amadi van gi fee asi nauna process makha chathabiu makhatana mahiroi sang singna namfu hafuda fee lawba chatharamba taragadi Manipur State Council on India Student Federation na miyeng changani haukiba mamang kiyadagi Manipur State Council on India Student Federation na mahiroi singi amadi miyam gi thabak thorom issue kayada saru yaduna lakli hauji oiriba kanglup ki irang asi hanagi matawgumna santi leiba ingna leiba iramdam ama oinaba hotnabada Manipur State Council on India Student Federation nasu hanadagi hauna saru yaduna lakli makhatana su saru yakigani.
A team of Manipur Tribals Forum Delhi, led by its convener Bumshuwant Naulak, along with 7 other members, called on to Manipur Governor Anushriya Uike in New Delhi today and apprised the deteriorating situation in Manipur. The team expressed their concern about the prevailing situation, stating that all possible efforts should be made to stop violence in the state. Governor Anushriya Uike heard their concern and assured them that all-out efforts will be made to restore peace and normalcy in the state. She urged them to hold a dialogue with their leaders and people to sound the violence out in order to work out a peaceful and logical conclusion to the impending issues. Irate protesters torched the vehicle in which the IG intelligence of the Manipur police Kabib K was reportedly travelling. The incident took place last evening at around 9 in Kwakaithil area. According to Impact News sources, the police team from Imphal rushed towards Nambold to help control the agitation which had erupted over agitations that army vehicles were transporting some Kuki people. The police vehicle, which was heading back to Imphal, was intercepted by agitators at Kwakaithil, and security personnel resorted to firing several rounds of tear gas cells to disperse them. The vehicle was burned down by the agitators in retaliation. Security forces fired several rounds of tear gas cells to disperse protesters at Singjamai traffic point yesterday at around 9:30 p.m. Earlier yesterday, Merapaibi women along with members of Thawai Mirel, a civil body, tried to storm the Chief Minister's bungalow, demanding Chief Minister Nongthoma Mirain to declare his stance on the prevailing crisis, but they were intercepted by security personnel at Singjamai traffic point. The protesters partially blocked the road from the morning till late evening. Some protesters reportedly sustained injuries in the incident. It's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on the Imphal East District Administration providing new ration cards to violent affected people. We'll be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
Cloud Pediatrics, an upcoming children's hospital nurturing togetherness in healthcare. Screen the piriba hangba posting asigi thabak kaujari. Interested candidates singna Cloud Pediatrics ki office 1 Singjamai Mathak Tokchom Laikai opposite Yumnam Laikai Lairambi Imphal West Lakpiduna on or before July 30 da resume pisan biba yaragani.
SSLC exam da 10 position tadna maths amasung higher maths da 100 fangna subject topper oibang ngamjaki pumna makasi sir again ITC gi founder na hotna birakpadagi ni amadi ITC gi oza mayamna
ITC coaching center da chalubung tamdagi atai tuition mayam pulap lepaga masidam matam par muda pura lai award par lai gidramina kayam chakida
sir again amasung well qualified oza sing gi guidance makada aina foundation yauzo hujaki study material pirakibaduna ingona kana bafangki test obiki revision matam dasu question ki bank amju pibi oza sing ga naina
ITC China Sajibo, Atogimati, Laila Sugimaramda, Mating Pangiraki.
A vial-free pediatrics health checkup came from 21st to 23rd July at Caesar Hospitals, Langol. Benefits available at the camp are free OPD consultation, free immunization advice, growth and nutritional assessment, free vitamin A and D warming, counseling for excessive screen time of children, mobile addiction. For details, contact at the given number.
Welcome to UNACO College Khongman, a co-educational college affiliated to Manipur University, offering BA, BAc courses, regular classes with continuous evaluation, high-end technology-aided teaching, transportation, hostel and paying guest facilities at nominal cost are available. Session begins on 31st July 2023. Registration and admission is continuing.
Admission open. Sanali Street Tutorial Thangweban DMC Road Center Sig New Foundation Course Class 8 amadi 11 Science. Second Foundation Course Class 9 amadi 10 BOSEM. Lagliba Julai ki tangkundagi haujaragani. Unit wise test, mock test, study materials, psychological counseling amadi recreational activities. CCTV camera coverage, neat and clean classroom loinana when service ki kudong sabasu pizari. Ako pumorog damak phone number singas the contact of you. Matamna nungtilgi pungmari dagina numidang wairam pung taruka minute yang kay faubani.
Avail free plastic surgery OPD consultation from 13 to 22nd July 2023 between 9 am to 2 pm including Sunday, and 15% concession on diagnostic and procedure charges in observation of National Plastic Surgery Day 15th July. For registration, please contact Caesar Hospitals.
Admission open. Langzing Asoba Tobungkok Rotaleba Shairam College ki BBA Amadi UG PG Agriculture gi admission hausare. Lagliba July Kuntramatoi Fawda admission to Wiragadi admission fee Logjaroi Loina Chada Humfu Humudra Marifu Amadi ICAR Natraga CUET exam da Kalaba Mahiri Singi Oina di Akak number tuition fee discount Pizagani.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime, the English Bulletin. Moving on with our bulletin, Imphal East District Administration is providing new ration cards and ensuring means of livelihood for violent affected people of Imphal East District. Imphal East District DC Kumantham Diana said the same on the sideline of distributing new ration cards to displaced families who are taking shelter at Bidamangol College Relief Camp in Sawombung today. CAF and PD District Supply Officer Imphal is Haubam Bhuvendra also took part in the event. The DC said ration cards have been constructed for a total of 530 affected families in Imphal East and ration cards for another 172 displaced families from other districts who are taking refuge in Imphal East are also being reconstructed. She maintained that the Imphal East District Administration had collaborated with Handloom, Handicraft and Veterinary Department to ensure livelihood for the inmates.
Relief camps in the Lairiba, Mio Singi, Mokoy ration card, Yum Chapa the Yaukibas in the Dokogi, Imphal East Kioina, reconstruct Taubulushin Jare, Punna, Imphal East District Kioina 530 ration card, reconstruct Tauraga, CAF and PD staff Singna, relief camp Lairiba Singa, Yentuk Charagani, Aduga, Atupa District Tagisu, relief camps in the Lairiba Singasi, Punna, ration card by me, Sipuna 172 district Atupoi Banina, Puna Sigi card, City District Concern. Tanaraga, we regenerate Tonabagi, we Adushu Jeri, Aduyi Matakta, we relief camp sing a set up, we Kutsa Haiba, we reversing Yaw, Madam Webana, Handloom and Handicraft Directorate request of Zaraga, Sida relief camp Asida, we Lumbari, Sinabiduna, we cotton Yoba, we Fetchina Chimba, the Palina Chimba Saba, Invexina Saba, Ariduga, we no Yoba, some wage earning Tonabagi, Pambe and Soup, Jeri.
Lining Thau Nautingkong Pakhangba Development Committee organized a public discourse on the ideologies of Lamyan Bahizam Irawat at Lining Thau Nautingkong Pakhangba Hold in Patsoi Part 4 today. Resource persons shared their views on the Manipur crisis and stressed the need for Meitei people to unite. Leaders and representatives of various organizations took part in the meeting.
ngasi tha ani henjalaba sibawada ahing kya tumdana ahing mission khangdana maramda marikai mariba ko kanana honarpa asigunaba khudung chadaw mayam asibu lenga asina kaimta usanadaba khangjana dadan laikhiba amadi center lenga nasu nakoina na kuki jingda hena mateng pangjanbagi mong urakpa asigumba kaya sidagi karamba khungthang thangchige karamba mayonda chalaga karamba lalong sijinarga khoi irandam sibu kansige haibadugi matangda ne khoi ngasi khanane na bagi thorom pangthok charibasi.
Manipur Youths and Students Union MYSU will start One Voice, One Manipur poster campaign from July 20. The union will hold meetings in every locality. Press note from MYSU appealed to civil society organizations, local clubs, Merapai B Women, Students Union and Police Department to support the campaign. Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Minister Piyush Goyal today launched the sale of subsidized Channa Dal at 60 rupees per kilogram under the banner named Varat Dal. The introduction of the Varat Dal is a major step taken by the central government towards making pulses available to consumers at affordable prices by converting Channa stock of the government into Channa Dal. 30 kilograms packed of the Varat Dal will be made available at 55 rupees per kilogram. A team of faculties and scientists of College of Agriculture Iroisemba Imphal under the leadership of Professor Indira Sarangthemd, Dean, initiated two-day skills development program for inmates at Fayeng Ching Kuno Relief Camp today. The program was launched for 448 inmates who are currently residing at the camp with a view to generate self-support skills through short-term vegetable spice cultivation, preparation of nursery beds and grafting of fruits and flowers. The skills training aims to empower the inmates financially as well as enhance their nutritional level, especially the women and children. Seeds of coriander, cowpea, seedlings of brinjal, tomato and king chili were provided to inmates. Skills on stem cutting, propagation of flowers and production of mushroom cultivation were demonstrated. Luang Sangbam Educational Development Organization appealed to money lenders, private banks and those engaged in fund drives in areas under the organization's jurisdiction, and Luang Sangbam Awang Laikai Imphal is to refrain from collecting loan repayment and interest from the subscribers and debtors in view of situations prevailing in the state. Directorate of Ayush Government of Manipur and Arogya Bharati Manipur jointly organized one-day free health camp free health check-up camp at Thongju Kendra Relief Camp at Idol College, Kampa today. 10 members teamed led by Dr. Y. Sivashwani of Ayush Department checked up around 780 inmates and also provided them free medicines. Nongombam, the Apunba Club and Apunba Mairapaibi organized a blood donation camp at Jenims Hospital today to have casualties of the ongoing violence who required transfusion. A team of Humanity Plus Fitness Center, Oripok Achom Laikai, today gave financial aid to inmates of relief camp opened at Lamboy Kongnang Kong. Speaking on the sideline, Managing Director of the Fitness Center, Bro Thokchom, appealed for peace and normalcy to return in the state. He also raised questions on the silence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and also stressed on the negative impact that has resulted due to the prolonged internet ban. Staff of the Manipur State Rural Livelihood Mission MSRLM Imphal East District have provided relief materials to relief camps opened under Sawombung block. The relief camp where the one opened at Bright Career Academy Lamlai and the Central School Chalo Lamlai. Government Hindi Teachers Training College Students Union and teachers staff of the college provided daily essential items, sport kits and stationery items to relief camps opened at the Kurai Imphal East and Wankai High School. The team also donated essential items and sports kits to Carmel Jyoti Children Home in Luang Sangbam and Old Age Home in Mantrapukhi. Smart Tutorial Center Singjumai Supermarket has felicitated 9 of its students who had secured position in the recent Class 10 examination conducted by BOSEM. Manipuri teacher of the Tutorial Center, Ibo Choba, presented humble gifts to meritorious students. 11 positioned holder Medicina M, 15 positioned holder Kritika CH, 19 positioned holder England H and Navicent, and 22nd positioned holder Ithoi SH and TH Priyanka, 23rd positioned holder S Akash and 25th positioned holder Rashri KH and T Pooja Roy. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin. But before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. Manipuri legislature's meeting chaired by Chief Minister Nongtwan Biren condemns killing of innocent individuals and blocking of national highways by certain groups of individuals. Suspected Kuki militants continue firing attacks on farmers at Langobi of Kumbi constituency, hampering agricultural activities. Farmers appealed to dismantled illegal bunkers set up by armed miscreants at Khojumantabi hilltop. Former chairman of proscribed outfit Ningthemcha Sanayaima says Meitei communities need to strengthen itself and at the same time to work for all the indigenous communities of Manipur. RPI Athwale National Secretary Maheshwar Thaunajam says NCSC has directed Manipur Chief Secretary and DGP to submit reports on atrocities by Kuki militants in Manipur's scheduled caste area. And AISF, Manipur State Council, urges school van service providers not to charge transportation fees for violent hit 2 months during which schools remain closed. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipur Bulletin. In the meantime, have a great evening and always stay safe.